All right, so what is up, guys? All right, this week we're going to touch on a couple different things, some things of importance. I know a lot of people have been complaining a little bit about interaction being down, so I do want to make sure that we're continuing to have that interaction up, giving you guys some tips as far as kind of a bit of a strategy to making sure that we are being consistent with keeping that interaction, keeping the focus on increasing the volume that's getting the volume by the page itself. We want to make sure that we're getting as much volume on the page, as many people as possible seeing the post. I do have some tips as far as for you guys, posting aspect, growing your network aspect, and really focusing itself on the strategy of making sure that we're growing that interaction every time that we're adding people, because I feel like that's just probably a lot of the problem. First thing I do want to touch on, guys, mass deleting, because I know that was kind of something that we went back and forth. Mass delete. You can never delete enough people. I will tell you that. The whole purpose and what we really want to be focusing on, we want to be focusing on you want to delete everybody that's not interacting on your stuff. Give them the benefit of the doubt, interact on their stuff, try to get them to interact on your stuff. Maybe do that for a couple days, scroll through their page, Facebook creep them. If you know that you really want that person, if they're active, they're just not seeing your stuff consistently, make sure that you get on there and creep on them. You don't have to just get on there and delete. If you see somebody who's got a good page, they're getting a lot of interaction, I want to tell you guys, the fastest way to grow your business is to find somebody that's already great at doing social media. If they're already awesome at doing social media, they've already got an online influence, they understand the posting aspect, they understand what they need to be doing when it comes to social media. That's the type of people that I want to recruit to my business. You know what I mean? That's the type of people that I want in the organization. You've got to spend less time training them, less time mentoring them, and not even just that, you could probably learn something from them, if something that they may possibly be doing. So we do want to make sure that we're focusing on people that are we do want to make sure that we are focusing on people that are good already at doing social media, very much so. And then really focus on, so when we're adding people, because I want to start kind of with the networking aspect, again, to make sure that we're getting that interaction. So when you're adding people, the way that I actually do it, I'll show you guys directly off the phone, just to make it easy. Put my Facebook up. You gotta go, sir. Okay. Flip this air on, because I already know I'm gonna start sweating. I got sweatpants on. Okay. Let's see here. Boom. All right. So you got your page. Turn that a little bit. So you got your page here. All right. Make sure that you guys can actually see it. Normal page. Start up your page. Okay. You're going to scroll to your friends. See all friends? We've got this recent tab right here. Okay. That's everybody in recent that you've added. Make sure you are consistently interacting with these people all the time until they start interacting back with you. If you do it for a couple of days and they are not interacting back with you, delete them. It's the first people I will delete. I make sure every single day I get on those people's pages and I make sure I interact with them. Okay. Another thing that I like to do. So if I make a status, and obviously you can see people that are consistently interacting with your stuff. The reason why they're probably consistently interacting with your stuff is because you're probably consistently interacting with their stuff. It's the nature of it. It's the way that we need to be doing things. Make sure that you're spending time interacting with people before you post. I would say 15 to 30 minutes beforehand. It has drastically changed my numbers by adding another 50 to 100 likes per post. Natalie's the same way. She's noticed that it's drastically changed. Some of her posts have gone from an extra 20 likes all the way up to an extra 100 to 150 likes. So really focusing on that recent interaction is huge. We don't really need to touch on that too much. You guys know what to do. Make sure you're commenting. Make sure you're commenting genuine comments, just to get people to love it and get people to comment back. And then other than that, we really need to make sure that we're focusing on building rapport with those recent and those new friends. So when I add somebody, I Facebook creep them. I go through their page. As soon as I see the notification, Tani accepted your friend request. You and Tani are now friends. Okay. I will go through Tani's page and I will like and comment on 10 of her status. Like and comment. I don't care if I go a month back. I'll maybe do it for 15 or 20 statuses. I will creep the shit out of her to where she's going to go, damn, man, this guy just really creeped me. Like, yo, who is this? I want you to look at the notifications and go, okay, who is this person? They really did. Like, I want you to click on me and scroll through my page because I just did the same thing to you. If you're just accepting people's friend requests and you're not taking the time to go creep through their page, they're not going to take the time to creep through yours. It's psychology. Okay? Guys, I want to explain this to you. Social media is so much psychology, it's ridiculous. I will tell you guys, social media is pure psychology. If you want to be successful in business, it's psychology. If you want to be successful at posting, it's psychology. If you want to be successful at building an online influence, it's all from and based off of psychology, okay? And we're going to talk a little bit in the aspect of again, posting times and just some stuff like that, because there are specific things that we do need to make sure that we're focusing on. But make sure you get on, you creep those people and do that, okay? If you give it 2 or 3 days, you notice that person's not interacting, they're not seeing your stuff. I'm going to tell you, if you're consistently interacting and commenting on their stuff and they're interacting back, plain and simple, they're going to start liking on your content. I know. I get people to do it all the time. If they don't, if you click on their page and they're not posting every single day, there's someone that's posting 2 or 3 times a week, just delete them. They're not seeing all of your posts. You want to make sure that you're adding people that are posting daily, not sharing. Okay? Not sharing. Sharing is not posting. And posting a picture of themselves, if you click on their page, say they've got 20 comments, and they're not even taking the time to reply to their own comments, I'm going to tell you, they're never going to reply to yours. Don't waste your time. I specifically target people that do social media the right way, all right? Because the way social media works, too often, okay, it's social media. This is the easiest way to explain it. It's social and it's media. Social media, okay? People focus too much on the media aspect of they've got to connect with everybody and they've got to, it's mass, it's media. They got to get their message out. And most of the time the message is negative. That's the media. The media portrays negativity. Okay. Very rarely do you get on the news and watch the news and they're like, oh man, you know what? Today is just such an awesome day. No, when you watch the news, what do they talk about when you're watching the media? They're talking about the negative events that have happened in life. That is what social media is. You need to focus on the social part, okay? So you've got the media, which is the negative aspect, which is what majority of people focus on when they're doing social media. And then you've got the social aspect. The social aspect is where you're going to build the relationship qualities, the relationships. That's where you're going to build value. That's where you're going to build influence. That's where you're going to build relationship equity, okay? We want to focus on building relationship equity because the equity is what's going to lead to influence. The whole purpose of these trainings is to build an online influence, plain and simple. That is the whole purpose of these trainings. And not build an influence inside your company. Build an influence with other network marketers, with other people that have the mindset and share the same mindset and the same views on business and on life. That's what you want to be focusing on. And that's another thing too that I wanted to touch on. Guys, I want to tell you, I know we have a lot of guys. We have a lot of guys that are on the team. Okay? Fellas, I'm a dude. All right? Yo, there's some bad chicks that pop up in that suggested friends. All right? I know it. I see them. You don't need to be adding all these girls because they're attractive and they're posting pictures of themselves, okay? You don't need to add a girl because she's good looking to look at, all right? I'm going to tell you guys, that'll kill. Ladies, same thing. You do not need to be adding a dude because he's standing there and he's got his shirt off and he's flexing or he's in the gym and he's over here and he's looking like he's some swole dude. And like, I'm going to tell you, like, we've got to make sure that we're adding people of quality. Don't add people because they look good and because they're an attractive person, because they're getting 500 likes on a post. Again, you have to make sure that you're looking for quality people. Just because somebody gets 500 likes on a post doesn't mean that, yo, I'm going to tell you right now, a gorgeous girl is probably going to get 500 likes on a post. She's going to post a picture of her in a swimsuit. She's going to post a picture of her in a swimsuit on the beach with her girlfriends and they're all drunk having a good old time. She's going to get 500 likes on it. Vice versa, a dude that's ripped up and shredded that looks like an Abercrombie model is going to post a picture with him and his homeboy standing there, same thing, on the beach or at the pool on Sunday fun day. And guess what? He's probably going to get 500 ladies that like on his stuff. That does not mean that they are a person of quality, okay? We need to focus on finding quality people. Find people that share the mindset, that understand what they're doing, and that know that, okay, this is what I need to be focused on. If I'm building a business online, I focus on online. And again, find quality people. I feel like that is a lot of it. Don't mass add people. Don't add somebody based off of looks. Yo, add people based off of the value that they're providing to people, okay? Look at their quality of their post. Look at what they're posting. Look at their content. I am so huge. I read everybody's content. I delete people based off of their content. If you're someone that's posting the same stuff over and over and over and over and over again, I'm going to delete you. plain as, if you're not adding value to me, what I've got going, if you're not adding value, I'm going to delete you. Plain and simple. So once you develop influence, on social media, guys, and this is where we're going to start talking about post quality, okay? Once you develop influence to where you are someone that's getting 200, 300, 400, 500 likes, okay? You can't just post what you want to post. I'm going to tell you that. You can't just post what you want to post. You don't own your social media, okay? None of us own our social media. Facebook wants to come to me and take my social media. They want to come to you, take your social media. Guess what? They can do it. It's their social media, all right? You whenever you made your account, you basically gave them the okay. It's their account, but you're utilizing it, all right? When you're building an online influence, you have to be very, very, very particular about what you post, okay? You can't be posting controversial stuff. You can't be posting stuff that has to do with politics or that has to do with racism. You can't be posting stuff that has to do with the gay community. You can't be posting stuff that has to do with stuff that is just a controversial topic, abortion, stuff like that. Like, don't post about it, all right? You've got to make sure that when you're making a post, your posts have equity to them. Because if you're not making quality posts, I'm going to tell you guys this too. If you're making the same post that everybody else is making, guess what? You're going to get the same results everybody else is getting. If most people, the average amount of likes, I think, per post is like 27.8 likes per post is what that's the average for most people that are on social media. Okay, if you're taking an average of everybody that's on, all the big accounts, all the small accounts, it's an average of like 27 or 26.8 likes per post. Okay, that's if you really think about it, that's not really that much. That's not a whole bunch. Okay, most of us, our friends list are touching in the thousands. Okay, so even if it's only 500, if 27 people are liking your post, or you say it's 25 people, that's still what 5%. So we want to make sure again that we're building and building and building. The way that we're going to build is by building that influence, and the way that you're going to build that influence is making sure that when you're making your posts are helping people, your posts are adding value to people's lives. And I'm going to go over some tips as far as for how I kind of make my posts, and this was some stuff that I kind of, because I really did today. Today I've really sat back because I didn't even really know what I wanted to talk about on this. But I knew I wanted to touch on the networking aspect and really, really focusing on growing our friends list. Again, guys, you can delete people, mass delete as many people as possible. Mass deleting and mass adding do two completely different things. Mass deleting is going to open up your visibility. Mass adding is going to shrink your visibility. So you can delete as many people as possible whenever you want to. I will tell you guys that. But you want to be careful about what you post, okay? And by that, I mean, don't post stuff that is deemed for you, okay? Don't post stuff that is like, that's basically you shouting into a microphone saying, me. All right? What happens? You're going to get caught in all the noise. We talked about this on one of the last Zooms. I think it was 2 Zooms ago. It's just like everybody's got radios, everybody's got TVs, and the volume's blasted. It's blasted. Everybody wants to get seen. Hey, I'm here, me, here, I'm me. Everybody is very, very selfish when it comes to social media. Okay, the general public is extremely selfish when it comes to this. So we have got to make sure that we're building, because you got 2 different ways of doing this, guys. You've got an abundance mentality and you've got a scarcity mentality. When you're posting with an abundance mentality, you're going to build an influence. If you're posting with a scarcity mentality, you're not. And I want to give you guys kind of an example. Okay, scarcity mentality. This is old school marketers. Obviously, the way that social media and the way that the internet has worked and the way that it's kind of taken off. For some of us that have been involved in network marketing for a couple of years, maybe even some of us that are new, regardless, we know that when it comes to network marketing, some people can be very, very greedy. Some people can be very selfish. And some people can be very, very kind of, it's the me show. And they don't really generally care about helping other people. So what do I mean by that? They care to help their team, but it's almost one of those things where it's like, they're not going to tell you all of their tips. You go to this person and you ask them, hey man, so, bro, how did you get to the top of the company? And they're like, oh, I worked hard. I built relationships. And you're like, no, okay. So what's your secrets? And they're like, well, I can't tell you my secrets. Okay. Well, that's a scarcity mentality. You're not going to build influence that way. You're actually going to build more haters and more enemies that way. Okay. I used to be this person. I didn't want to tell nobody my tips. I didn't want to tell anybody anything that I knew. I did not want to tell people what they needed to hear in order to be successful. All right. And when I focused my shifted, kind of had that, what do they call it? A paradigm shift. to where I really started focusing on an abundance mentality and helping as many people as possible. That's why I put that content out there for people. That's why I go live and I give leadership. And that's why I go live and give social media tips. Now, do I give all of my tips? No, I don't. But I know I give a lot of information out that I probably shouldn't just give out for free. And maybe 10 or 15 years ago, before the social media and before lives and whatnot, maybe I wouldn't have if I would have been involved in network marketing. Maybe I wouldn't have given it out for free. If I had something that was working, I probably would have kept it to myself. But again, as you develop yourself and as you continue to grow, I've learned that an abundance mentality is going to bless me with law of reciprocity. So, and law of reciprocation, very much so. I've really, really learned to focus on an abundance mentality. And whenever it comes to making my post, I make sure that every single post that I'm making is going to help, it's going to inspire, or it's going to motivate somebody. It's going to offer them a solution. I know I've been kind of saying this. I haven't really hit on it as a total. I want to say that is the most important aspect. Too often when we're making our posts, we're making these posts that are deemed for me. They're deemed for me. Hey guys, I'm looking for hair models. Hey guys, I'm looking for someone who wants to lose weight. I'm looking for somebody who wants to change their life. I'm looking for somebody who wants to make a 6-figure income from social media. I'm, me. You got to take yourself out of the equation. You got to take yourself out of the equation big time. You have got to focus on helping other people. And the minute that you say I, or the minute you say me, you've already done switched to that mentality to a scarcity mentality, because all you care about is yourself. So when you're making your post, focus on putting on targeting specifics. Okay. And again, we're going to get into this here in a second. Because again, guys, when we're in that scarcity mentality, some people don't want people to win. I'm sure we all know these people. There are some people in network marketing, they don't want it. Especially if you're in the same business as them, they do not want you to win. Some people they don't want it. They don't want to see you do better than them. They want you to do well. They don't want you to see you do better than them. We all know these people. They pray for you, but at the same time, they're praying for you, but they're also praying for your downfall. Okay, and there's not to say that there's anything wrong with these people. We all know these people. The problem is it's a lack of self-development. Okay, and that's the biggest thing it comes down to. I will definitely say, again, leadership development, self-development daily, guys, will improve your posting. It changes your mindset. When you're changing your mindset and you're putting down your thoughts onto your post, I'm telling you, it'll definitely change your posting. I think the biggest thing is just we need to make sure that we're focusing on having that mentality that we want everybody to win. Again, and that's why that's my biggest thing. Whenever I'm over here and I'm doing these live videos, again, I used to be an extremely selfish person. Me and Natalie we were just talking about this. Dude, guys, bodybuilders in general are the most selfish people on the planet. We have to be. We've got to be. No, I'm sorry, bro. I can't go eat dinner with you guys. I can't go to the movies. I got to go to the gym. I got to eat. I got to prep food. When you're in competition mode, when you're prepping for a show, it's all about you. Okay? Bodybuilders in general are, this isn't calling, there's definitely, hey, I'll call Natalie out. Because she knows, because we've already talked about it. Dude, she'll tell you, yo, when I'm in prep mode, it's about me. It ain't about nobody else. It's about me. It's this for 12 weeks, 15 weeks, however long your prep is, it's about me. And it ain't about nobody else. We don't go to holidays. We don't go to movies. We don't go to the beach on Sunday. We're looking great. We're looking shredded. We ain't going to the beach on Sunday. We got to go to the gym. I got to get more shredded. I got to get ready for my show. But it teaches you that you've got to learn to make sacrifices. So there's goods to it, but there's bads to it. So you're going to get some goods out of a scarcity mentality, but at the same time, having an abundance mentality is where you want to win. And guys, we want people to win. Change that mindset to wanting people to win and sharing your value and sharing your content and sharing what you know. Now, am I telling you to share 100% of everything you know? No. I don't share 100% of everything I know with the general public on Facebook Lives. Of course I don't. Definitely not. When I'm posting content, I don't share 100. If I know that I have some tips, then my team is really doing something that's great, and I feel like I can share it and it's going to help change the culture of a business. Yeah, of course I'm going to share it. But at the same time, we've all got stuff that we do, like probably 20% of the 20, 30, 40% of the stuff that I talk about in these lives. I'm not going to tell the general public some of this stuff. I'm not going to. hey, I'm not going to do the work for all y'all. Y'all got to figure some of this stuff out on your own. It's a lot of trial and error on my part, but some people need to figure it out on their own because that's how people are going to learn. But we've got to we just have got to want people to win, and we've got to put value out there to really, really focus on helping people. And that's where the posting aspect of things is going to come. Focus on helping other people, okay? Because again, like I said, man, some people get success and they never want to help people, but they don't keep it. I will tell you guys that. Be a connector. So again, it's all about relationships. It's all about building relationships, and relationships are all about building equity. Okay. Your personal pages. This is why I really kind of preach personal pages. Business pages don't allow you to create equity. Nobody's going to message a business page and be like, hey man, I want to build a relationship with you. No. What are they going to message you on a business page for? If you got a business page, they're going to shoot you a message. They're ready to buy a product. Okay. There is no relationship equity that is built on a business page. Business pages are used for one specific purpose, and that is for selling product or selling a service. That is it. Okay. Now, the reason why I do not agree, not that I don't agree. I'm going to take that word back. Not that I don't. One reason why I do not use a business page is I don't try to sell product. I don't try to sell an opportunity. Okay. I don't do that. I try to help people. And when you're on a business page, it's a little bit different. Okay. You're trying to sell stuff. That's what the business page is for. I'm not going to spend money on an ad if I ain't trying to get my message right out there in the clear. Like, that's just how it is. So again, there's nothing wrong with using business pages. If you guys use them, use them. If you're getting success from them, use them. I will never discriminate when it comes to that. But when it comes to you're building your equity into build, I'm going to tell you this though, you're never going to build it. I don't know anybody that has that has a business page that has a massive influence and a massive following that does not have a massive influence or a massive following on their personal page. You got to be redirected traffic somehow. I mean, people have got to fall in love with you. People fall in love with you before they fall in love with the company. They're going to fall in love with you before they fall in love with the product. So focus on getting them to fall in love with you, and then you can redirect your traffic if you are using a business page. So I think the big thing is when it comes to it, you good?
Yeah, my phone's dying.
Oh, we don't want that to happen.
I need water.
Hydrate to look great.
Sorry.
You're good. So the problem whenever it comes to Facebook is that too many people, guys, too many people post to Facebook. Okay. So you got posting on Facebook, you got posting to Facebook. They post to Facebook. These are the people that are screaming. They're loud. They got the microphone. They're posting to Facebook. They want attention. Okay. They're posting just to post. Okay. I tell you guys, it's about quality over quantity. You don't ever need to post just to post. You don't need to. You want to make sure that you want to stop looking for attention when you're making posts. Because again, guys, there's too many people screaming. If you got a whole bunch of people that are screaming, nobody pays attention to that. You got a whole bunch of people that are screaming and you got one person who's standing there and they're not screaming. I'm going to tell you, that's the person who's getting the attention because they're not having to scream, but they're still getting their message across. So that's the person that stands out to all the people that are yelling at the top of their lungs. They're over here looking like, why is this person not yelling? And then guess what happens? Eventually, they stop yelling because they get hoarse. And they look at that person who's not yelling and they go, yo, why are you not yelling? I don't understand. So we have got to make sure that we're posting on Facebook, not posting to Facebook, okay? Again, too many people post to Facebook. It's call to actions. It's the me, the I. That's what they want. And when you do that and you're asking for attention nonstop, people stop giving you attention, all right? There's nothing wrong with asking for a call to action. There's nothing wrong with asking for people to drop an emoji. Guys, very, very, very rarely nowadays do I have to tell people to drop an emoji. Do I have to tell people to comment? Very rarely do I have to do that. Do I do it sometimes? Yeah, of course I do it sometimes because it's an interaction post for sure. But instead of asking people to drop an emoji or drop your favorite emoji, drop an amen. Again, every now and then we definitely do this. And there's nothing wrong with doing it every now and then. But if you're doing it on every single post, you get needy. And when you get needy, you're looking like you're that person that needs attention. And when you need attention, people stop paying attention. Nobody likes somebody that needs constant attention. And when you're posting and all you're saying is me, guess what? You're saying I need attention. So we got to learn to take ourselves out of our post. And the way that we do this is we focus on posting to people. We focus on posting to the media. Okay. We've got to learn to start focusing on posting to one person. Okay. So something that Natalie and I have noticed is for example, we always get great results. Great results. So we've been talking to somebody. And I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of a story. So say that we've been talking to somebody and we've been talking to them about one of our products, maybe one of our packs, the system. Okay. And we always get, and it's so funny because this is psychology at its finest. Okay. This is law of attraction at its finest. We're over here and we're talking to some distributor, or we're talking to a customer or potential client, I should say, about the system. Hey, so blah, blah, blah. This is what it does. And we go through and the message kind of goes cold. We have our conversation with them, tell them a story, talk about it, whatever it is. And the conversation goes cold. So what we do is we target that person with a post. And what ends up happening is when we end up targeting that one person in particular with that post, and we try to make a post that's going to grab that person's attention and make them want to buy, sometimes that person never ends up buying, but other people do. So what we have got to focus on is we've got to focus on posting to one person, and one person in particular. Doesn't matter who it is, whether it's your best friend, whether it's somebody that you see that needs help. Focus on posting to one person. Don't focus on posting to the masses, because it's one of those things where we always say, if you're trying to please everybody, what happens? You don't please everybody, you drive yourself insane, okay? Focus on pleasing one person at a time, and by doing that, you're going to build influence, you're going to build equity, and that's how you're going to build a following of people that are going to be consistently liking and commenting on your content. So it's just funny how that works out. But when it comes down to it, we want to help people, but guys, just remember, like I said, people don't care about your product. They don't care about your product. People don't care about your business opportunity. Everybody thinks this, and I don't know why. So many people think, well, everybody needs to know about my product. Everybody's my customer. Everybody's my target. Everybody needs to be using this. Everybody needs to be using that. No, they don't. No, they don't. Because if you have that mindset, that's a very selfish mindset. No, you know what? We sell vitamins. Should everybody be taking vitamins? Sure. Everybody should be taking vitamins. Do I need to convince everybody that they need to be taking vitamins? No, I don't. Because by doing that, you're pushing people away. You're targeting the masses. And by targeting the masses, you're not targeting specific people. It's hard. Say you've got 10 people that are all messaging you at one time and everybody's in a group chat. You can't talk to one person the same. You can't talk to a group of people the same. You have to talk to every single person differently. That's psychology 101. So again, focus on when you're making your post, especially when you're making a product, if you're making opportunity posts, if you're making business posts, target one specific person. Target that one person and try to get that one person to join off of that one post. That's what we've got to be focused on. And by doing that, what you're going to find is you're going to have other people that are going to be in your inbox. Very much so. Because again, people don't care about your products. They don't care about your business. They don't. People care about how they're going to make their lives better. That's really what it comes down to. So when you're trying to sell something, when you're trying to talk to people about product, about opportunity, whatever it is, people don't care. Again, they don't care about your business. They don't care. Do you have an example? I'll give you an example. I will definitely give you an example. I got a couple of examples. But people don't care. People don't care about your business. They don't care about your product. They don't. People want to know, how's it going to help me? How's it going to help me? I don't care what it's done. Great. You know what? You're telling stories. That's awesome, guys. You need to be telling stories. Stories are going to get people to connect out of emotion, not out of logic. But people don't connect to the logic aspect of things. They don't care about the product. They don't care what the product. They don't care about the ingredients. They don't care about that. They want to know, how's it going to help me? That's what they want to know. So when you're making your posts, when you're telling your stories, how did it help you? Because that's what they're going to connect with. So often, so many people are they put the I, the me. I need 5 hair models. Okay, well, what do you need hair models for? What is a hair model? Why is it going to help me? Why am I even a part of that target? Why, you're over here targeting guys that are bald. You got guys on your friends list that don't have hair, that you got girls that aren't interested. You have to be targeting specific people when it comes to your posting. And I feel like far too often people, again, they try to post to the masses. They don't try posting to specific individuals. Because again, at the end of the day, Facebook doesn't revolve around you. Okay. We need to learn to kind of make people jealous when it comes to our posting. And that's really, again, that's the psychology aspect of things. You need to learn that when you're targeting people, you need to learn that you need to target people for specifics. Now, is this kind of messed up to say in the aspect of we need to make people jealous? Yes and no, but I'm going to give you guys a perfect example. So if you know that it's 4:00, all right, what do most people that are working a corporate 9 to 5 doing that last hour of work? Are they really working, or are they sitting there watching their phone, watching the clock, on social media, kind of browsing a little bit, scrolling through, killing time? Is that what they're doing? So for a perfect example, say that you guys have a team function. Say you guys are going to the movies. If you're going to go to the movies, instead of maybe buying tickets, so say that you got a local team and you guys are all going to have a little local get together. Instead of buying your movie tickets for 7:30 at night whenever people are off of work and they're enjoying life and they're enjoying business, why would you not buy your movie tickets for whenever people are at work? So that way when you guys make a post about it, it gets other people that are sitting at work in their cubicles, that are sitting there staring at the clock, kind of jealous. So you guys are over here at the movies having a good time and everything's great. And you guys you look like you're having this amazing, incredible time. Meanwhile, I'm sitting in my cubicle and I'm lonely and I hate this and I hate my boss. And my boss just came and told me I got a deadline for next week. And I'm sitting here watching you guys have the time of your life on my Facebook while I'm wishing that I wasn't here anymore. That is what's going to sell. And I didn't even target you. We have to look at planning. Like, guys, I'm going to tell you, planning your post is crucial. It's so important. It is like the most important thing ever. Natalie and I plan our post all the time. If I know at lunchtime, we're going to the pool that day, I know that I need to make a post at lunchtime talking about how I'm enjoying life at the pool and how this is my office for the day and how I love my office view. And I'm going to take a picture of the pool with a palm tree in the background. You know how many people are sitting in a cubicle that makes pissed off? They're over here like, damn, I want that. Why don't I have that? And guess what? I'm not over here even pitching them a business. Meanwhile, I got 4 or 5 of them in my inbox. Yo, bro, so what do you got? So you got that business is actually doing that for you guys are enjoying? You guys are making that money? Like, what's going on with that? I didn't message them. I didn't shoot them a message. You target specifics, okay? And that is really the key to understanding your posting style. Far too often, people are posting just to post. Like, guys, understand this. I feel like if you're going to make a post and it's going to be during lunchtime, it needs to be a short post. It doesn't need to be, you don't need to be, I'm going to tell you, most people for lunch, what do they get, an hour, 45 minutes to an hour? They're spending 20 of that. Maybe they get an hour and a half if they're lucky. So they're going to spend, 20 of that driving or 30 of that driving to and from a restaurant, maybe sitting there waiting on the waiter. By the time they get their food, I know I used to serve lunches. People are quick in and out. Like, lunch is like, okay, it's fast. It's going like, as soon as you pretty much put the food down, they're asking for the check already. Like, yo, we got to make sure that we get out of here because I got to be back in the office on time. Like, people are quick whenever it comes to lunchtime. So they're not really like, and this is something that I noticed, and I literally used to pay attention to this whenever I was serving lunch. People are not, they're on their phones at lunchtime, but they're on their phones quick. Most of the time when people go out to lunch, they're sitting there with their associates, and they might be on their phone, but they're on their phone for maybe a total of 20 minutes. They're not on their phone that often. Okay, so at lunchtime, that's when you need to be posting your short statuses. You've got to have a social media strategy when it comes to your posting. Post something short, something sweet, something quick, something that is going to get people's attention. They're going to like it, and they're going to move on. The last thing you want to be doing is posting this long, elaborate story at noon whenever that's going to take somebody 10 minutes to read. They're not going to read that. They would rather flip through their Facebook real quick and look at 50 other stories real fast to see what people are doing because they're nosy by nature. They're not going to spend 10 minutes of their 15 minutes they have on their phone reading your story. You want to know when they're going to read your story? They're going to read your story. I'm going to tell you this. And again, this is psychology. The best time to post, and I do want to tell you guys this because posting times are crucial. When I say they're crucial, they're extremely crucial. You have to know your posting style. You have to know your posting times. You have to know your posting times. Stop paying attention to these stupid Pinterest, Facebook memes that are, the perfect optimizing posting time is this time and this time. Let me tell you where those statistics come from. I want to tell you guys where those statistics come from. They come from a corporate 9-to-5 social media agency. What do you think they're doing right when they get there in the morning at 9 o'clock? Oh, they're making a post. So they make a post at 9 and 10. And then what do you think they're doing for all their corporate accounts that they have right before they leave the office? They're making another post. So isn't it always funny how the optimum times to post are always at like lunchtime and then like right before dinner time? Okay, so that's 9 to 5 posting. That is not the optimum time to post. The optimum time to post Majority of the time is in the evening. Lunchtime for short, sweet post, yes. Guys, in the morning time, I understand some people got to work. They don't have that opportunity to be on their phone all day long. I understand that. Hey, that's not a problem. Make a post early in the morning if you're going to make a post. Again, I always like to use Tina Ort. Tina makes posts bright and early in the morning, like 5:30, 6 o'clock. By lunchtime, she's got 100, sometimes 150 likes on her post. She is known for posting at that time. I know every day when I wake up, Tina Ort's going to be right at the top of my news feed. Every single day, she's going to be right there at the top. Positive mindset quote, but she understands that when you're posting early in the morning, when people are waking up, they're not sitting there for 40 minutes, an hour scrolling through their Facebook. Well, maybe me and Natalie do, but I would definitely say that we do. But but I do this because I'm paying attention. I'm looking, I'm making notes. I make mental notes. I see what people are posting. I look at what people are posting and what's getting the most interaction at specific times of the day and what's not. Very rarely will you see me ever post long, elaborate stories early in the morning. You know when I'm going to post that long, elaborate story? That's an opportunity post. I'm going to make an opportunity post that I really, really want to touch somebody that is in a financial bind or in a financial stress. I want to do that at nighttime. And when do I want to do that? I want to do that at nighttime when they've just got, first off, if you're doing a business post, okay, there's nothing wrong with doing more like I said, more or less a quick jealousy post. Oh, working from the beach today. We've got our margaritas and you guys have got your arms around each other and you're having a good old time. You're standing there, you're smiling. Hey, that's great. That's quick. People they're going to like it. They're going to scroll on. That sucks. I wish I was doing that. They're not going to read a whole long elaborate story at nighttime after, and not even just that, they're at work. They're making money right now. So like, it doesn't really click into them that like, oh, I really need an opportunity when they're at work making money. You know what it's going to click is at nighttime whenever they get home after they put the kids in bed and they're sitting there and they're on the laptop and they're going through and they're trying to pay their bills and they don't know, and they're over here trying to decide, man, should I pay my electric bill or my water bill this week? Because I'm going to have to be late on one and I don't know which one it is. That sounds to me like the perfect time to make an opportunity post to where, guess what? Maybe now I'm going to connect with this person over here whenever they're over here, because guess what? At nighttime when someone's laying there in bed before they've got to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and go to their job that they don't really like to make money because they have to do that, guess what? They're sitting there. They're scrolling through. The kids are in bed. That's when the demons start to come out, guys. That's when the insecurities start coming out. That's when they're sitting there and they're in deep thought and they're going over their thoughts of the day. That's the perfect time to make that post. So who's interested in making an extra, you go through and you write up your story and you talk about how your business has changed your life and about how you're no longer having to struggle paying bills and whatnot. Again, you're targeting specific people. Plain and simple. So timing of post is extremely crucial. Guess what? That lady that's sitting there or that guy that's sitting there that's now trying to decide between his bills is going to take the time to read your business post about how your business has changed your life and now you no longer have to worry about deciding on bills and you don't have to worry about this and that and your bills are all on time and everything's great. They're not going to have to that's an easy sell. Easy sell. Okay? Again, looking at timing of your post is extremely crucial. Target specific individuals, people that you've been talking to already, regardless of what it is, but make sure that when you're making your post, you're posting accustomed to the times that are working for you. Making a post at 12 o'clock at night, I see some people making posts at 12 o'clock at night Pacific time. We're up sometimes pretty late. And I'm like, man, that's 3 o'clock in the morning for us. That's late for Europe. That's bright and early in the morning for Europe. That's like, you're not getting any interaction. Like, guys, we need to make sure that if you are in the Pacific time zones, the Pacific or the Mountain time zones, you do need to make sure that you're posting more accustomed to the Eastern time zone. 76%, 76, I forget exactly the number off the top, but it's in the 70s% of the population in the United States population lives between the Eastern and the Central time zones. You need to make sure that you're posting accustomed to your friends list, yes, but you need to make sure that you're posting accustomed to when people are going to be actively engaging. What are people doing at 5 o'clock in the afternoon? They ain't sitting there on their phone. They're sitting there in rush hour traffic, making sure they're not rear-ending the car in front of them. They're not paying attention to their phone. And if they are, guess what? Same thing. Quick post. 5 o'clock, whenever people are driving. 4 o'clock, whenever people are sitting there in their cubicle. You know what? They're scrolling through trying to figure out what they're doing for the night. People, you got to think about when you have the time to sit down and actually read something that's long and drawn out compared to when you have time to when you're just flipping through your phone and you just, and that's how I kind of make my post. I know that, you know what, if I make a post, it's going to be a short post during the daytime. I'm probably going to catch that person that's on a pee break at work, that's sitting there in the bathroom for 10 minutes, who's flipping through their phone, who's just trying to see what's going on real quick. That's who's going to like my post and keep it moving. Okay. Again, you got to post accustomed to what people are doing on an everyday basis. Take yourself out of the situation. Don't look at what you're doing. Hey, if I was looking at what I was doing, then everybody's on social media all day long, and that's what they do. But that's not the case for most people. Most people have jobs. Most people are working 9 to 5. Most people have stuff that they're doing. They have priorities. They have obligations during the daytime. So guess what? You got to make sure that you're posting accustomed to what everybody else is doing, not what you're doing. Again, learn to remove yourself from the equation, because when you do this, that's when you're going to step your social media game up. Going into, grab my notes here, my phone, so kind of back and forth. So I'm just a firm believer in posting fun stuff when people are working. You know, like I will tell you, most of the time, whenever you see people, a perfect example, people go on a vacation and they're posting, they post like pictures of them being at like a theme park during the daytime. Those generally always get a bunch of interaction, a bunch of likes and comments, more accustomed than at nighttime, because at nighttime, nighttime, they're still going to get a lot of interaction, a lot of engagement. But during the daytime, when people are sitting at their desks, sitting at their cubicle, literally that's what they're saying to themselves. You go, man, that looks fun. I wish I was at Disney World, or I wish I was at Busch Gardens, or I wish I was at the fair, or just something like that. Again, we want to make sure that we're posting accustomed to what's going to make people go, I want that. I want what you've got going on. So timing of when to post is the most important aspect. Again, we touched on posting your story midday is probably not the best timing. Short post during the day, story post at night. Now, again, you can post like this is trial and error. Okay, this is kind of my social media strategy when it comes down to it. Again, everybody has their own strategy. I'm not saying if you guys are posting story posts during the daytime, I'm not saying that they don't work. Every now and then, do I? Sure. I'll post it every now and then. I will tell you guys this. My story posts during the daytime do not get close to the amount of interaction that they get during nighttime. Something that I've noticed. I'll make a story post during the day, and then by the time it's nighttime again, I already know, okay, well, I'm getting ready to make another post. Nobody's even seeing that second post because it's already long gone and out the door, and and by that time it's already dead. My post, I'll make a short status or short post at lunchtime, and it's getting massive amounts of interaction, massive amounts of engagement. So again, this is trial and error on my part. Post should be like you're talking to one person. Have a conversation with your best friend. That is what I feel like is probably really crucial, especially when you're going live. I will tell you guys, when I go live, I act like I'm basically having a personal Zoom or a personal meeting with a best friend, and that's that. I talk like I'm talking to one person. If there's a whole bunch of people that are on, great. I don't even pay attention to the number half the time. I'll be honest with you, I don't really pay attention to the comments very frequently. Every now and then I kind of glance at them, but for me, it just kind of makes me lose my train of thought. And then that's when I start rambling, and those videos turn from 25 minutes to 45 minutes. Every now and then I get caught up in the comments. But when you're making your post, make your post like you're talking to one person. Again, I feel like that's the most important aspect. You can make a post that, I'm trying to think of an example. I'll give you a perfect example. When I make a Woman Crush Wednesday post with Natalie, and I make that post all about Natalie. All right. That's right. When I make a post all about Natalie, and I compliment Natalie, and I'm talking about Natalie, and it's all about Natalie, and I make the post all about Natalie, and then post a selfie of us, every single time, 400 likes on it. Whole bunch of engagement, whole bunch of interaction. I didn't talk about myself. I completely removed myself from the situation. I talked and put the spotlight on somebody else. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll take a gym post, and I'll be in the middle of a set, looking vascular, looking muscular, looking pumped up, looking like I just drank like 6 scoops of pre-workout, like ramped up and amped up. And I'll make a post of myself and say something about how I feel like I'm having such an awesome workout and this and that. And I make the post about myself, and guess what? 150 likes on it. So again, people don't like you talking about yourself, guys. And I feel like that is a lot of the common problem when we're making posts, especially when it comes to business. We have to make sure that we're making posts that are accustomed to other people. So this is in turn why we need to make sure that we're spending time writing quality posts. That's the reason why stories sell most of the time, because the story's not just about you. And if it is about you, that's great. But when it's funny, we utilize other ambassadors. We utilize some of our friends that are in the business that have had tremendous amounts of success. We use other network marketers. We've used all kinds of different stories, and we use them as third-party leverage to sell people on the business. And it's not even our own story, and that is what sells people. That's what connects people, and that's what makes them want to join. It's the craziest thing ever. I could sit here and I could give Caleb's story, and Caleb could be a top income earner in a completely different company, and I could give Caleb's story. And you know what they say? I have people in my inbox going, bro, I want to join with you, because they don't even read between the lines. They think I'm making a story about some guy that's in my company, and that's just what it is. Okay? And it's so crazy how that works. The industry itself as a whole is very, very it's a supportive industry if you support people that are in it. And it doesn't matter if you're utilizing stories of success. That's the key. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what business they're in. It doesn't matter if they're in your business, if they're not in your business. It really doesn't matter. If you've got a story, stories are what sell all day long. And it's the same thing when it comes to product, guys. It's the same thing when it comes to product. Make a post and talk about, I always like to say, basically read the label to people. Oh, this is the product. It's these are, trying to see if I have something sitting right here. I had a protein bar here. Hey, check out this protein bar. It's got 15 grams of protein, 20 grams of carbs, 8 grams of fat. There's got a little bit of sugar alcohol in it. It's great. It's going to keep you full. It's a vegan bar. It's chocolate peanut butter flavor. Okay, that's great. You can read a label. Awesome. Congratulations. If I sit here and if I'm actually telling you a story, like, yo, dude, so check this out, right? So I've been on this weight loss journey. I've really, really been struggling a little bit with having, chocolate cravings. Thank God I happened to just pick these bars up one day and was like, whew, tried one of them, cures my chocolate cravings. I'm not having any chocolate cravings. I'm getting all my nutrients. It's still giving me everything I need post-workout. And it's crazy to me. I'm still losing weight, and I'm able to get that kind of chocolate fix. And I don't have to worry about it because, hey, if it's working, it's working for me. I'm still getting the results that I want to be getting, and I'm still having that little bit of a chocolate fix. People are going to go, oh, that sounds good. Yo, I'm actually kind of interested in that. So tell me a little bit more about it. Then you can start talking about the logic. But meanwhile, I'm over here and I'm reading the label for you, telling you what it is. And I'm basically telling you what you're going to ask about anyways. But because I'm telling you about something that you haven't asked me about, you haven't inquired to me about, guess what? You don't want to hear it. But whenever you ask me about it, oh, you want to hear everything there is to know about it. So we want to make sure that we're connecting with people. Again, connect out of emotion. I mean, it's huge. Stories sell. Stories sell more than anything. I've really learned to utilize stories on everything that I do. If people are not interacting or loving your post, so we're going to talk a little bit about the interaction aspect. Guys, if people are not interacting and they're not loving on your post, if they're not liking your post, it's because, again, you're making your post too much about me. All right. I will tell you guys, quotes are great. Quotes don't get you paid. I have had several people in my inbox that have told me that, hey, listen, my business is a little bit slow right now. I'm not really understanding as to why. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Mindset quotes don't get you paid. They don't. I make business posts. When I'm doing Facebook Lives, I recruit people. I sell product. I go live and I rap. I utilize different features. I utilize Snapchat. I still post product. I still make business posts. I just make sure that I'm incorporating my business posts in with some of those mindset quotes. You're going to build an influence through mindset quotes, very much so, but you have to learn to still talk about your business. Okay? Telling you to talk about your business doesn't mean you need to advertise your business. No, not by any means. Doing those mindset quotes and posting about general knowledge in the network marketing industry or social media tips or posting about leadership or posting about, the self-development that you've done for the day. That's fucking great. You should do that. Okay? But at the end of the day, that's still not an income producing activity. Think about it. You're building an influence, but are you actually making money off of that post? Is that when you make a post that says, success, you got to work hard for success. Are you getting people in your inbox that are messaging you going, hey bro, listen, man, I want to join your business. I want to join your business. I'm interested in buying the system, and a 4-pack of wraps, and I want to buy some energy drinks off you. Am I getting that from making a post that says success is great? Success comes from hard work? No, I'm not. Okay. Guys, posts don't get you paid. Those mindset posts don't get you paid. Leadership posts, what those posts do is they get people watching you. Okay. And I did definitely very much so look this statistic up, and it came from Forbes. So the number's a little bit different right now. The average person needs to see something 8.7 times before they say hello or before they say yes. Okay, it's 8.7. Used to be 7 to 21 times. There's ways, obviously, that this is cut down. The statistic as of right now from Forbes is 8.7 times. So they've got to see it. So whether that's telling a story, whether that's on, Instagram stories, Facebook stories, Snapchat, whether you're utilizing it on Instagram, Facebook, making posts about it, people have got to see stuff because, yeah, you're going to get people every now and then they're going to reach out after they see something the first time. Sure you are. But they've got to see it. They've got to see it. They want to see you using it. Hey, if you're not sold on your own product, if you're not buying your own product, nobody else is going to buy it from you. I will tell you that right now. You will never sell something you're not using yourself. I'm a firm believer in that. A lot of people will tell me, oh, well, it's actually very, very crazy. We have actually met one exception to the rule in a young lady in our company. She's pretty much allergic to everything, but her husband uses everything, and she talks about his experiences, but they use everything, and she has a valid reason. I'm just throwing that out there. There's always an exception to the rule every now and then, but literally 99.99999% of the time, she's like the one that got struck by the lightning or won the lottery, basically. You've got to be using your products, guys. You're never going to sell New You. You're never going to sell ThermoFit. You're never going to sell wraps. You're never going to sell energy drinks if you're not using this stuff yourself. You're just not going to. Okay, it's just plain and simple. You have got to be making sure that you're using the stuff that you're talking about. Because at the end of the day, people want to see your own product results. They want to see your results. They want to see your results. If you're selling a product, people want to see your results. If you're selling an opportunity, people want to see your results. If you don't have your results, you better learn to leverage some stories. You better learn to get your mentors on the phone. You better learn to utilize them in third party calls and chats, and that's where stories sell, and that's where they sell. I'm a huge believer, real big believer in making sure that you're posting about the small wins. Natalie and I all the time, we always post about how we're buying groceries, or about how we're picking up date night, how we're doing this, how we're doing that. It's stuff that's relatable. Nobody's going to be able to relate whenever we finally do get that opportunity to go and buy a $100,000 sports car. Nobody's going to relate to that. You know what I mean? Like, that's great. That's awesome. You're going to get a bunch of interaction from it when it does happen. But you're also going to get a lot of people that look and they go, well, is that real? Is that real? Whereas if I'm over here and I'm posting about getting a haircut and I'm about how I just made $25, that's stuff that realistic people are going to look at and they're going to go, man, I could use an extra $25. Yeah, of course, everybody could use an extra $100,000 sports car, but that's not the case for most people. It's just not. So again, people relate to your struggle before they relate to your success. So making sure that we're posting about the small stuff is huge. Again, if people are not interacting on your stuff, it's because you're making it about me. Okay, it's all about me. So again, stop. Hey, I'm looking for this. I'm looking for that. Me. Do you want to join me? Join me. Join me. Do you want to join us? No, like that's not how. No, I, me. It's all about I and me, and it needs to be all about them. And that is it's a huge aspect whenever it comes to the recruitment aspect of people as well. Take yourself out of the equation. Whenever you're talking to potentials, whether it's a client or whether it's somebody that's getting interested in your opportunity, it's going to be a potential distributor. You do not need to be even talking about yourself unless they ask you a question. And the only thing that you should even talk about yourself is you should be telling people your story. That is it. That plain and simple. And to the point to where if somebody asks me, oh, so, have you ever used the wraps? Man, I pretty much tell the same story every time. Yeah, actually, that's how we got started in the business. And I tell them our story about how we got started, because we got started in the business from using a wrap. All right. If they ask me, if you ask me if you're talking about product, yeah, obviously you're going to have different stories for different products. But when it comes to the business opportunity, you should be asking them questions. It should be all about them. It should be really, really focusing on them, because they'll talk themselves into the opportunity every single time. But again, if people are not, and this is kind of, like I said, like what I'm going into here, if people are not interacting on your stuff, guys, it's because you're making your post all about me. Stop making your post about me and start making your post about helping other people, about inspiring other people. If you look at your post and your post is not targeting, if it's not helping somebody, if it's not offering a solution, if it's not literally fixing something that's going on, if it's not providing value to people, don't make the post. Don't do it. It's great. If you're making 2 mindset posts a day, guys, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to be, this is very, very bluntly honest. If you're making mindset posts and that's all you're making, I can guarantee you 100% your business is stagnant right now. Plain and simple. 100% your business is stagnant. If you are only making mindset quotes for your post, and I'll give the exception, unless you're extremely extroverted and you're talking to everybody and you're building a massive local team, unless you've got people in your inbox and you're really, really good at more or less sending a cold message to people. It's not, and I won't say a cold message, but you're, hey, how are you? So how's life? You're messaging, because there's nothing wrong with messaging people whenever you guys become friends. I will tell you guys that too. Hey, you know what? Because I do it. I have people all the time that message me. We become friends on Facebook. I'll wave to them and send them a message. Hey, I hope you're doing well. I'm really, really looking forward. I enjoy your content. I kind of crept through your page a little bit. I'll send people a reminder. Hey, by the way, I crept through your page a little bit. I hope you don't mind. I really, really enjoy your content. I'm looking forward to seeing more of it in the future. I hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Be friendly. And guess what? If they don't return the message, get rid of them. If they read the message, and that's the great thing about a voice message, send them a voice message. Say it in a voice message. They got to listen to it. You can't screen a voice message. They got to know what you're going to say. But I feel like that is a real big part. If you're making nothing but mindset quotes, you're going to build an influence that way. But this is where you're not going to build it if you're posting the same quotes that everybody else is posting. It's not going to happen. When you start posting quotes in your own words, and you can post the same quote that everybody's posting, but if you're posting it a little bit more unique than the way that everybody else is posting, and again, I spend a lot of time scrolling through Facebook, and that's how I'm building relationships. That is how I'm focusing on recruiting distributors, and that is how I'm focused on recruiting customers or clients. When I'm going through and I'm trying to engage with people and I'm trying to build interaction with people, I do very much so look at everybody's content. I comment daily on probably about 1,000 different statuses, and that's no joke. I can guarantee you it's easily around that number. I understand that not everybody has the time to go through and do this, okay? I build through social media. It's what I do. It's what we've done. That's what I've been doing that is successful. I focus on building through social media. So what do I spend majority of my time doing? Commenting genuine comments to people's stuff. But I read everybody's post. I probably spend most of my time reading people's posts. I see the same post over and over and over and over and over and over. The same post. And as I'm seeing these posts, they're getting less interaction and 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 less interaction. But if you take that same post, the one that's getting less interaction, and you spin it and you change the words, click on 3 or 4 of the words and go to the thesaurus and change the words. It's that simple. Guys, it's literally that simple. Change the emojis. Change the wording of the sentence. Success comes from hard work. Hard work is going to determine success. But change it. Like literally, that's the stuff that I'm talking about. Just little changes. Don't take and paste the exact same thing from the meme that you just found on Pinterest or Instagram, word for word. I see it. I know. So when you're saying, oh, well, I'm not really getting a lot of interaction. Well, you're posting word for word from a meme that I know, because I've got 10,000 memes saved in my phone that are all mindset. If you guys are a part of, if you follow an Instagram page, I can guarantee you I follow that same page that's got a meme on it. I spend so much time researching quotes and mindset, but I do this for a purpose, because whenever I'm actually making my post, I go through those memes, and you should be doing this as well. You go through those memes and you're building your content based off of what some of these quotes are, because that is what's going to get seen. But at the same time, you've got to put it in your own words. When you're writing a longer story post, you can get away with leaving some stuff word for word. You can get away with that. But if you're taking in 90% of your content or 95% of the content is not copy and paste, it's in your own words, and then you're posting a quote or you're posting something that somebody else has said. John Maxwell, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. If you post that, but then you're posting your interpretation of it underneath, and then before that, there's some more interpretation. it's never going to pick up on that one little quote. It's not going to pick up on it. Plain and simple. So make sure you're putting things in your own words. I'm going to tell you, that's huge. It's very, very huge. Last thing I want to touch on post-wise is, again, make sure that you're not being selfish with your social media. If it's not about loving, if it's not about helping, if it's not about building relationship equity, and you're being greedy, Facebook penalizes you. That is honestly the best way. That is literally the best way to say it. If you're a greedy person, nobody likes a greedy person. If you're selfish, nobody likes a selfish person. This is why Facebook has really, really started to focus on. And I will tell you, some of these people that are getting massive amounts of interaction because they have influence. First off, target those people and teach them the right way, and you'll be surprised how you'll build an influence. I've actually reached out to a couple of these people, and I'm like, hey, listen, I teach social media. I run a business through social media. This is what I do, blah, blah, blah. I just wanted to tell you, I just wanted to make a couple quick suggestions. I love your social media. I love your page. I love your content. But, dude, you don't even reply to the people that that are commenting on your stuff. Do you realize that if you commented back to those people and even if you just went through and loved and just dropped an emoji on every single one of those, you would easily be getting an extra 100 to 150 likes. Or there was a girl, she's a painter, just moved here, became friends with her, became friends with a boyfriend. Boyfriend's actually gonna do fantasy football with us this year, which is freaking dope. Just because I built a relationship with him. She does awesome paintings, goes live and does paintings. I watched her paint for like 10 minutes and interacted on her stuff a little bit. And I got on her page. She gets decent interactions, getting like 60, 70, 80 likes on her stuff. And I just happened to, and because I built that relationship with her, I said, hey, listen, I just wanted to make a suggestion for you, because I noticed that you'll reply back to a few people, but you don't reply back to everybody. You should reply back to every single person on your content. And then before you actually make your post, she posts twice a day, doesn't post very frequently. I said, just try to go through and reply to all the people that you haven't commented to, and then maybe just interact for like 10 minutes beforehand. Dude, she sent me a message and was like, yo, my shit doubled. She's getting 130, 140 likes now on her stuff instead of only getting 60 or 80 just from doing that little small thing. So she really, really appreciates that. That's building a relationship equity. That's something that for the future may turn into somebody who's interested in potentially joining my business. And when you help people, guys, don't look for something in return. I'm not over here now at the same time going, yeah, great. So you like those tips? Yeah, you want more tips? Join my social media academy. You know what? I would love to teach you how to make a six-figure income from social media. No, I don't need to do that, because now she's sitting back and I provided her with value. She's sitting back. She's paying attention. I look to help her, didn't look for anything in return. Have that abundance mentality. And I know that, you know what? Maybe she ends up sending me now 3 or 4 or 5 of her friends that are in the same situation with her that need some help with social media, or maybe they are network marketers that just need help and they're looking for another opportunity. But it's all about building relationships and connecting with people. Guys, connect with people and don't look for anything in return. And when you're making your post, don't look for anything in return. Successful people look to help others. Unsuccessful people ask, what's in it for me? Okay? We want to make sure that we're focusing on helping as many people as possible. That abundance mentality, not that scarcity mentality. And that's when, I'm telling you guys, that's when you're going to build that influence to where it changes your Facebook. It really does. Last thing, because that was kind of part of it. So this is something that I have noticed every now and then, guys. I will notice that some people will make negative posts. Okay. I talked about how making a negative rant every now and then, it's all right if it's done with the right intentions. Okay. Obviously we want to stay away from controversial topics, but guys, I'm going to tell you, if you're posting negative and you're downing people, this is something that I've had to watch very much so. But if you're posting negative posts, if you're posting negative rants and it's getting to be a consistency, people don't take you serious, you will lose credibility. I will tell you guys that. You will 100% lose credibility big time. And if you do have a downline of people, they will very much so stop respecting you as a person and as a leader. So we really need to make sure that we're focusing. Plus, this is the other thing too. If you're posting negativity, so say there's something. If you're someone that's posting positive, and then something negative happens, or it's something that's like, it's an unfortunate event, a family member goes to the hospital and you're asking for prayer. That's not a positive situation. I understand that's negative. That's asking for prayers. There's nothing wrong with that. But say that you just have a bad day and it's just one of those things where you're posting something that just should not be on Facebook. Again, Facebook is not your diary. Face your problems, don't Facebook your problems. Sometimes I want to go on rants and I want to scream and yell, and sometimes you want to do it. But what that actually does is that it can really hurt you when it starts to when it starts to get into a consistency. So if you're someone and you're posting if you're posting something that looks like it's negative, or if it looks like you're downing other people, what happens is when you're posting that, and then all of a sudden you come with this business post, you come with this mindset post. People look at you like they look at you like you're fucking crazy. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. They look at you like what, bro? So hang on real quick. What happened to those other 3 posts that you just posted where you're basically calling somebody out, you're being negative, you're downing people, you're doing this, you're doing that. Now all of a sudden you're Mr. Positive. You look fake. You lose credibility, and it's a fast way to make your team turn against you because they stop believing in what you're saying. All right. Not only just that, it's an extremely fast way to get potentials to unfriend you, unfollow you, stop paying attention to your post because, again, that's me. I need attention. I need attention because somebody's not giving me attention. So I'm going to make a negative rant post, and I'm going to go all in about this and that and blah, 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 and do this and do that. Have I made some negative rant posts in the last year? I've made 2 or 3 of them. I sure have. They got a massive amount of interaction and a massive amount of engagement because I don't do it very often. And I did it with a purpose. There was intention behind what I did. Making a post that is, again, downing people or is downing a company or is doubting people or that is putting a negative portray. If you're writing, again, we're writing posts to specific people. Very much so. You're writing your post to target individuals. If you're writing a negative post to target an individual, I'm going to tell you, you're going to kill your credibility, guys. So the biggest thing I can tell you is to stop talking about what you're against. Start talking about what you're for. Because I don't know about you guys. I'm against a lot of stuff in life, but I'm for a lot more stuff. I am for so much more stuff than I am against. Talk about what you're for than talking about what you're against. And I feel, again, this is something that I know I can get better. Sometimes I do generally tend to post sometimes about haters and mindset. But there's intention, there's positive intention behind my post because I do get a lot of people that are in my inbox that are like, well, I don't understand about this or about that. I don't have supportive spouse. I don't have supportive significant others. My family's not supporting me. So there's nothing wrong with making a post to try to get people to understand, hey, listen, haters are going to happen. They're always going to be there. And I want to tell you guys that too, guys. The more successful you're going to become in your business, the more haters you're going to accumulate. That's part of business. You're not accumulating haters in your business. You're not doing something you're not doing something that's noticeable. You're not doing something that's worth people to start looking at you and looking at you as competition. If you don't have people looking at you as competition in your business, then you're not competition in the business. Okay. You should have everybody in your business looking at you like your competition. Very much so. So, what do they always say? What's that quote? Work until your influences become your competition, I think is what it is. Work until your mentors become your competition. I believe that's what the quote is. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to